if you are a guy probably over 40, 45, and you are finding yourself stiff and unable to do the same things you used to be able to do, whether it be get down on the floor and play with the children or the grandchildren, get in and out of the car easily, wake up in the mornings feeling a bit sore, and indeed find it difficult in the gym, Toby is your man for sure. There's some really big things that have changed working with Toby. The big things are, I don't wake up feeling like I've done 15 rounds with Mike Tyson every morning. I don't feel like I'm going to faceplant when I'm walking. I don't hurt in the gym so much when I'm exercising. My form has improved. So my weights went down at first because I was in positions I wasn't used to, but then because I'm using correct form, I'm getting stronger. I am Jon McCulloch, otherwise known as the Evil Bowl Genius. I am 58 years old. I found myself waking up in the mornings and everything would just hurt. How's it going to be in 20 years' time? And that's not a great state of affairs to be, but that probably describes most people of my age. So as soon as I was able, I spoke to Toby, and that was like a case of just shut up and take my money. So, to sum it up, it is life-changing. Within 3 days, and I'm not making this up, within 3 days, I was feeling better. Because I got to the point when I was walking my dogs and my hips were aching. And I thought to myself, if I trip or fall, I'm just going to face plant. Because I can't move quickly enough or far enough. I can't stride enough to save myself. I'm shambling like an old man. And I was no longer in pain, walking. And then I found after about 2 weeks, I was waking up and I wasn't hurting all the time. Then there's the small things, getting in and out the car in a car park. Before it was like, topple out the car. Well, now I can kind of get in the narrow door and like a supple leopard, as Kelly Starrett would have it. I can get in and out the car with no trouble at all in a confined space. I don't hurt when I'm sitting on the sofa. My hips don't hurt when I'm driving for an hour or so up to Cork. All things like that, it's just unbelievable. I move better. When you spend literally decades, like I have done, for instance, sitting at a desk in a certain position, your body gets used to being in that position and there's no need for it to move any further, so you lose the ability to. What really got me was talking to Toby when he said, how would you feel if in 13 years you were, to get off the toilet, you're having to grab hold of a bar that you'd screwed to the wall and pull yourself up? Well, that's what old men do, and I know I look like it, but I'm not an old man. I'm too young to be an old man yet. Well, my dad, he broke his hip falling, stepping out of his house, so that was it. Because then his world shrank and he was afraid to go anywhere. And within probably 3 or 4 years, he was dead because his world would close in on him. Well, I don't want that to happen to me, and it's only 13 years away before I'm 70. I mean, you can't even put a price on it. I mean, it's just shut up and take the money, Toby. I don't want to spend the last 20 years of my life in a wheelchair because I can't walk, or walking around with one of these walking frames because I'm just too stiff or weak, or bedridden, or just feeling like shit. I don't want to spend it like that. That was my objectives: a long, happy, healthy, fit life. I like how informal it is. He's not just got some bunch of PDFs and online videos that he's recorded for everybody, because everything is bespoke to me. And what's important for me is being an autistic. One of the traits I have from one of my presentations is I find physically complex movements really difficult. I easily get confused with which leg should be moving where and stuff. So he's gone out of his way to give me some simple exercises. But ultimately, if you don't do the fucking work, you won't get the results. I'll say to anyone watching this, if you don't get up in the mornings and do those exercises, if you then don't follow the program 3 times a week, you won't get the results. Guys my age, think about the future. Look at the people in town as you walk around. Look at your parents, maybe your grandparents, and how doddery they are. That's your future if you don't take it in hand. You don't have to be that way. It's a choice. All these things are a choice. You can choose anything you want, and no one's going to stop you. But, you can't avoid the consequences of your choices. So please choose wisely.